Hi guys, welcome. And today I'd like to tell you 10 things you will probably not like in Germany. I don't want to say that you will hate that things, but there are 10 things which I am native. I am native German, and I don't like the 10 things, and I think you will probably also don't like it. Okay, right? No, here. No. Sorry. Sorry for that quality. And the first thing is machines. Automatic machines. We have machines to buy many things in these machines. For example, some snacks, some sodas. But that machines with snacks and soda are really simple, so we only need to put cash inside, and that's almost all. Yeah. So sorry. I have notes here, some classic form of notes, classic pen to remember that. And that machines are really good, but we have another machines to buy a beer and to buy cigarettes, and that two type of machines with beer and with cigarettes are a little terrible, because if you are a foreigner, you will probably have a big problem with using those machines. You can't use it. Why? Because you need to prove your age when you use machine, and when you can shit. Yeah. It's late and I'm too tired. If you want to buy a beer or cigarettes in that machines, you need to prove your age, and there are only 3 types of documents which will be accepted. First is ID card, personal Ausweis. If you are a foreigner, you don't have personal Ausweis, you can't use that machine. If you are a German citizen, you don't have that problem, so you use personal Ausweis and you can use that machine. And there are also another 2 types of documents which you can use. The next is German driver license. So if you are just a tourist, you probably don't have a driver license issued here, so you can't use it. If you will stay here longer as a student, or you will work here, you can change your driver license to a German one and then use it in that machines. And the third kind of cards you can use is EC card. It's a card issued by banks to a checking account. That type of cards was really popular in Germany, but now we are slowly but switching to a Visa and MasterCard. Because in a classic bank, when you open your checking account is called Girokonto, you will receive EC card, and you have to apply for international card, Visa or MasterCard. You will not get automatically international card. It was very stupid, and we are trying to change it. Of course, there are modern banks like number 26, when you will not receive EC card. You will just receive MasterCard. So that's really good. But you need that old school EC card to use in that machine. So if you are a foreigner, you don't have a German nationality, you need German driver license or EC card. If you have a bank account in a modern bank, you will not receive EC card. The simplest way will be to get German driver license, or to open second bank account in a bank which will give you EC card. You will only use it for age verification. So that's that thing. The next second is cards, bank cards. A lot of time ago, it was the situation that international cards like Visa and MasterCard were only accepted at airports and at gas stations. Now it's much better. it was a lot of time ago. Only easy cards was that old style cards. Easy cards was accepted in stores. Now it's much better. In almost all stores you can use Visa and Mastercard. Why that point is on the list, things you will don't like, because even now that's a style of paying by cash, of using cash, notes and coins, and that's, I think, not really good, but I think that's much easier to use a card, and I think we should be more familiar with credit cards, with international credit cards like Visa and Mastercard. So that's I think we should think about it. The nice thing is deposit. It's called fund, and I think it's one of the worst things in Germany, because when you buy anything in a bottle or can, you will have to pay a deposit. For example, if you will buy something in a glass bottle, you will pay 8 cents deposit. If you will buy something in a plastic bottle or in a can, you will pay 25-cent deposit. And you can say that's really good for ecology, and don't say it. And Andrew, what are you saying? That's good for ecology. Maybe it's good for ecology, but it's stupid for the people, because of course, if you buy a Coke, Fanta, 7-Up in big bottles to home, of course, after a few days, when you will make another shopping, you can take it to your car, go with the empty bottles to the store, receive the deposit, or buy another bottle without paying deposit. You will use a special machine which will print you some imprint, and with that imprint, with that piece of paper, with that code, you will go to a check-in, and you will take your cash, or it will be debited from a next payment. But that's stupid, because when you are a tourist, or if you are go to a party with a beer, you don't want to take empty cans, empty bottles with your bag, and you leave it, and that's a wasting of money. For example, if you will drink 5 beers, and you will have to pay, you will have it in a can, that's 25, it's €1.25 on a 5 beers. If you have 10 beers, it's €2.50. If you drink 10 beers in each weekend, it's multiply by 4, that's €10 monthly wasting. I know that's not a lot of money, but that's a wasting, and I know that many people collect that empty bottles, empty cans, and takes it to a stores and leave for that recycling. But I think we should think about not paying deposit. This is completely stupid thing. And the next thing is phones, but not device like cell phones, but I'm thinking about plans in our companies, in our carriers, our cellular carriers, for example Vodafone, T-Mobile, companies like that, because we pay a lot of money and when we don't receive almost anything. For example, there's a problem with a data transmission. For example, I have a phone in Vodafone, my SIM card is from Vodafone, and I had to choose because I have a prepaid Ayia pay-as-you-go, to choose between two plans: 750 megabytes for €10 monthly and 2 gigabytes for €20 monthly. And that was I didn't have any choice. So because what's a 2 gigabytes for a YouTuber? That's nothing. That damn it, this was very, very bad. So there was nothing I can choose. And of course, we have really, really cheap plans with unlimited talking, unlimited texting. Yes, but the limit of the data transmission is low in each carrier. And I was making some research. I found a 3 GB for €15 in Leica Mobile, but it's only 3G without 4G access. So without LTE, that's not good for me. It's too slow. Problem. And I made a research. I checked every network servers, and the problem is that there's nothing better here. So you pay 20 euros, you have 2 GB of internet transmission for a month, and that's all. So stupid. In that world, when we need a lot of data transmission, when we transfer a lot of data, no, I will pay more, but I don't have a plan to choose. So it was number 4. We're going to number 5, and that's something I will say a lighter world, something like that. For example, if you are tired and you are waiting for a green light on a corner, on a crossing, you are waiting and you will don't see that the light was changed and it's green now. Every people here will horn, go, drive. That's something like I grew up in West Berlin, US sector, and it was a situation that here it was more flexi than it is now. You know what I'm thinking? We don't want to be told or to anybody. We don't want to hear that. Go. What are you doing? It was a red light. You was driving on a red light. It was a red light. The way I drive, that's my personal thing. I can drive on a green, on a yellow, on a red, or even on a blue light. Yeah, I can. I can. Next thing, service. The problem, we have a little unpopular, weird, I don't know which word to use, style of service in many things. For example, in restaurants, if you will go to restaurants, that will be something like we have you will be treated, and the service will be very, very professional, but not really friendly to you. For example, you will order some drinks, some soda, you will order some food, you will receive it, and you will don't see a waiter until you will make or say, sorry, sorry, I have a question or something like that. Nobody will be here. The same thing is in the stores. You will go to a big stores like Real. Nobody will be interested that you will buy something or not buy something. Nobody. If you will ask some person, you will get full information. That person will be very helpful. But you need first to ask. I think in some better restaurants, when you take a table, it's not really good. The next thing is Sundays, and I know that's really, maybe it's good that after drinking party at Saturday we have a free Sunday, when we even can't go to a store because the stores are closed on Sundays, it's everything closed. But that's a little problem, I think. Because sometimes you can't buy food or something like that on Saturday, and you will get really, really big problem to buy anything on Sunday, because on a Sunday you can only buy things at airport and the gas station and at Spätkauf, which are really, really small stores when you can buy things in the night or on a Sunday. So on a Sunday you will not buy anything, you can't make any shopping. I think that's not really good, because if you came from abroad, you are on an airport in the night from Saturday to Sunday, there's nothing you can do. Okay, and we have number 8. Number 8 is bikes. And that's not a thing about Germany, but that's a thing about all European countries, European states. There are bikes everywhere, and that's a really big problem with bikes, because if you walk on a sidewalk, you need to look for a bike. If you are turning right or left on a street, on a crossing, you need to look for a bike. Before you will open the car door, you have to look for a bike. You always have to look for a bike, because the bikes are everywhere, and there are too many bikes, and that's a problem. Because for example, in normal situation you will only look for cars and pedestrians, for the people, but here you have to look for the bikes, and that's making communication and driving in a city much harder. Bikes are everywhere. Number 9, driver license. The best. This is the worst thing, because making a driver license, if you don't have a driver license, is really expensive in Germany, and it takes a very long time. For example, you have to pay about 2,000 euros to make a driver license, and it can take maybe 3 months, 4 months, because you need to take a special lessons, and it takes so long time. So it's really better idea to make a driver license in US and change US from a driver license from one of the US states to a German one. It will be much faster than making a driver license in Germany. I think that's one of the most important problems, that it's so hard to make a driver license. And the number 10 is language. Of course, in big cities like Berlin, Hamburg, Hanover, München, that's not a problem to communicate in English. Many people can speak English. In the smaller cities it can be a little harder, but the problem is that the thing that many people can speak English, that it doesn't mean that the people are proficient in English. And for example, I live in international society where is there a lot of people, people from many countries, and I need to switch between English and German, and I can hear when that's language, when people think what they want to say in English, and that's not, they're not flexing the language, they're not speaking fluently. So that's I think number 10, and I think the most important problem. But it's not a problem about our country, that's a problem about there's a problem about the teachers who can't teach people how to speak English really fluently. So that's a big question for English teachers to teach people speak really good. And I'm talking about English, not about British, because that's a totally different between English and British. And it was 10 things you probably don't like in Germany. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.